Hey everyone, Kai here. So today I'm coming to you to talk about book moods. Book moods is real, and a lot of people don't realize how real it is. But sometimes you'll have a book and you may have had it on your shelf for months or years even, and you never think to pick it up, and then finally there's something in you that kind of draws you to the book and you pick it up and it's fabulous. Or book moods could mean you feel like reading a certain genre for a certain time and then you feel like moving on. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my own experience this year. In the beginning of this year, I really had the desire to learn and to read more about slavery. And slavery is a really hard topic to kind of like zero in on and just read because it's so heavy. And unbeknownst to me, we would be in the state that we're in right now. But this is an ongoing thing. If you're Black in America, you understand and you know the struggle. But me, I love history so much, and I'm always curious to learn more about my ancestors and their plight and what they've been through, especially when it came to slavery. So I had this desire just to read more books. So I started out the year reading about love and the Underground Railroad, and that was like a series of 14 anecdotes about enslaved couples. And that's something else I learned or am learning during this time, not to refer to our ancestors as slaves, but more as enslaved, because slaves is kind of like putting that identity onto them, and they were so much more than slaves. They were human beings. But enslaved kind of showcases the condition, the forced condition that they were in, so against their will. So I always want to learn about our enslaved ancestors, and I'm always curious about that, and I had the desire to learn more about these couples and love and what that was like during slavery. And then I started to read Ta-Nehisi Coates' The Water Dancer, which also deals with slavery, and that was also, it had a lot of heavy topics, heavy points addressed. And then I read about Harriet Tubman, I watched her movie. So there's a lot of books that I was reading, a lot of literature that I was reading about slavery. And because of 2020 and the civil unrest and everything that was going on, I decided that I kind of went into a book drought. And what that basically means, if you don't know, I have all of these books and I didn't want to read. I didn't want to read anything. Like, I kind of was just trying to deal with our new normal. So reading a book kind of felt frivolous to me. I didn't have a desire to read, and so I went into my book drought. I sometimes picked up books but didn't finish it, or I just wasn't reading at all. And so The Water Dancer was one of those books that I read. I picked up, I read like the first 100 pages. It was really good. I knew I wanted to continue, but then it kind of fell victim in my book drought. Eventually, after a few months, actually, I got the desire to read again. And sometimes when you are exiting a book drought, it's best to start small and get yourself back into the groove of reading. And so that's what I did. I started very small. I finished The Water Dancer, and then I went on to a few fiction books. That's the mood I'm in right now. So I go in waves. Like I said, in the beginning of the year, it was slavery. Before that, I was reading a lot of memoirs, a lot of nonfiction. And now I'm like completely gulping like water fiction books. Like, I'm interested. I want to read more fiction. And so I have a few reviews coming down the pipeline. Most of them are fiction books, and I'm just like eating it all up because that's the mood that I'm in. There's so much going on with the world. There's so much going around me that I want to escape. I want a form of escape. I just want to like go and take on the life of another character in my book and just figure out, just escape. There's COVID, there's civil unrest, there's the lynchings. It's just a lot. So I just want to escape, and that's what I'm doing, and that's the mood that I'm in. So I just wanted to talk to you all about that. Do you all feel the same way? Do you all go get into like book droughts, and what do you do to beat that? And also, do you have book moods where one minute you're in a mood to read one thing and the next you're in the mood to read something else? That's me right now. Like, I completely just want to escape into another world that is unlike my own and really just soak up all that is. And I'm enjoying every second of it. So I want to hear from you all. Talk to you all later.